need to eat. Someone cook for that bread. I'm only looking for the head. Only looking for the head. Make fuck with my head. Focus on the head.
How you living tragic, bro? I just put in work, don't be mad at us. Nigga.
Hey now, what's the word, baby? Tell me what they say now. Let them talk that bullshit on the way down. Cause I'ma keep doing my thing on the regular.
Hi, and thank you for tuning in for another section of Jeffrey the Master Barber. Today we're gonna do a nice tight fade with the curlies up top, and we're gonna show how to put the beard oil. We're also gonna shape it up his beard. This is my boy KR, and all the music in the background, that's his music. So great guy, great rapper right now, coming artist. Make sure Google him, and yeah, let's start it. Right now, what we're gonna use is the TL liner, actually the GTX blade, and we're gonna start right there in that section right there. We're gonna do this fade by levels. Normally I start from top and work my way down, but for this one, we're gonna do levels. So, for those who knows the way how I already cut, they know that I do different ways, different style. I use different machines, and yeah. This is my boy. Like I said, this is my boy KR. Shout out to you, KR. Thank you for always coming through and get your haircut with your boy and helping me out. But yeah, man. This right here, what we're doing right now is passing all around the GTX. Make sure when you guys do it right in that section right there, no more higher than that, because it's gonna be a semi mid fade, tight fade. And why I say that it's tight, because even though we pass in the GTX, we're gonna get it even tighter. We're gonna get like the Andy shaver, and we're gonna get it a lot tighter. But yeah, in the meanwhile, I'm still working on how to get shipment outside of United States for those who want to buy products or want to buy these machines or brand new machines and whatever products. But yeah, I'm still trying to check with the UPS and US Postal Service and the other shipping company to find out what are the prices and whatnot. But yeah, also if you have PayPal, and then that will even help even more, because I will know your address and I will know right away right there through a US Postal Service. I will know what it will be and whatnot. Right now, see, we're using the Andy shaver, as you can tell, and we're gonna get it, really tight. I like this one. This machine is definitely a lot better. People ask me which one is better, the Warhol or the Andes, and without any question, to me, is this one. Like I said in all the other videos before, the reason why is it's smoother, quieter, and the assembly on the inside is more durable, and the blade, the top part is titanium, so it doesn't break like the Warhol. You know what I mean? But yeah, and it charge really quick, and it stay charged for longer. Right now we're using the magic clip. We're gonna open half a level, and we're gonna do it right there. And as you can tell, right there, the level. Always make sure you use the level. And we're gonna do a half an inch. That's what we're gonna do. Half an inch, right there. Always use the brush, and make sure you pass a couple of times. Make sure you pass a couple of times. Just make sure you get every hair even. Now what we gonna use right now is the 116. We're gonna pass it right on top of it, right there. You see what I'm saying? We're gonna do like a little C motion to it. and automatically it's gonna see. And then we open it now, the level, so it's 116 with the half open, and we're gonna do another C motion on top of that, uh, the shadow right there. Now we jump into the 1 and 1/8, and we're gonna go right and open the level, and we're gonna go right on top of that shadow right there where I just point out. And yeah, right there, we keep it right there. We keep make sure the strokes as you go higher, and the guards are the clippers. I mean the guards are bigger. Uh, Bigger are you gonna be your motions and your strokes, and make sure it's right on top of where the shadow of the line is. See, like right now, and I'm using the corner pretty much. Now we're back to the 116. Notice because you didn't grab it with the 1/8. So now we're gonna close the level, and we're gonna go right on top of the line. You see that? And then use the corner for those where I point right there, and you're gonna notice that right away. You see, it fades in automatically. And we're gonna keep passing. Make sure always use the level. Switch the guards. See right there. I opened the level, and then I went up a little bit, and then close the level again really tight, and then stay right where the line is. Use the corners. Between those steps and those things that I say, that's what makes the fade come through. If you only just switch guard or you don't use the level, don't expect the fade to come in, because there's a lot to it. The thing is that once it's used to it, see right now we're gonna use we're gonna use no guards. We're gonna use the zero, basically with no guards, and we're gonna go right on top of that right there. Mind you, we passed the GTX, and then we went the Andes, and now we're going zero with this one, and it's not gonna grab it as much because I don't have this machine. I don't have a zero gap, meaning I don't have it real tight. I don't want people to get caught or anything. But for this one, for that line, we're gonna use the Andy 90 edition, which it has the Fate Master blade, which it makes everything real sharp. And you see how quick it takes the line. That's why a lot of people ask me, how come you always jump to the Andy? And the reason is not only the engine is a lot powerful, but the blade is a lot sharper, flatter, and it let me smooth it out and get it more tight and erase the line more easier. As you can tell in this video right here, right in this very moment, it's just look automatically right there. Look at how automatically take all shadows and lines, and it's a beauty. This machine is my baby, basically. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie. It's a little heavy, but after a while, once you keep working with it, you get used to it. Once again, if you still have some lines that you see or whatever right there where I'm pointing, then you pass the Andy shaver. You know what I mean? You go right on top of it. Right there. Keep passing it, and you see little by little. Pass it right there again. Pass the brush, and you see automatically it goes away. Now we're gonna go 1/8 and open level, and we're gonna go right in the area where I see some shadows. And at times it may not look like it don't have no shadows, or you may think that it's done, but mind you gotta keep striving to do what's right. You gotta make sure that if the eye tells you there's like dark, like a shadow right there, so listen to what you not listen what your eye says, but pay attention what your eye is telling you, and you will see that when you pass the guard or the number that is telling you to pass, and you pass it, you're gonna see the big difference in it. Right now we're gonna do the back, and we're gonna do the same scenario. We're gonna use the half right there. There we go, the half, and we're gonna do half an inch right there to keep it right in the mid session. And we're gonna jump into the 116, and we're gonna close it, but not completely, but we're gonna do a Z motion right away on top of that line. See what I'm saying? And open it completely. Now it's a 116 and a half, and still pass it on top of it. You see what I'm saying? But don't go too high, and if you do like a C motion, you know and then close it again. If you see that it's not grabbing, that's what I did. Now close the level. Now we're gonna jump in to the 1/8, and we're gonna go right there on top of that shadow, right there on top of that shadow. Keep going there, and right there use the corners of the clipper, and keep passing it. Pass it, see, and little by little you will see the fade in coming in, and then make sure you work the top before you work the bottom. But at the same time, if you see that the some parts is still has shadow spot, then work it. Right now we jump into the 316, and we're gonna notice that we're gonna pass it right there in that section where the big shadow it is. People ask me what's the difference between the two and the 316. They call it 316. They have the numbers all mixed up, but the 316 is actually a 1.5. It's smaller than the two. So right now, what we're doing is just getting that right now, that bulkness that it had. Same like I said before, it's not gonna grab the zero on the back, so we're gonna jump in right away with the Andy Master, which I have the Fay Master blade. And as you could tell, passing it over and over and over right there, and it keep passing it, and it's gonna make new lines, but try not to make those lines. How you avoid making those lines is by going deep in. You don't force it to go in. You just do the C motion. When you do the C motion, it kind of lifts the top, and that's how you prevent from not getting no lines or anything like that. But yeah, right now, as you could tell, see, little by little, and then you do the small strokes and keep passing it and maintaining it. You know what I mean? It takes. It's not easy. People may think it is easy, but at the same time, it's not easy because you gotta make sure you follow those steps, and you keep passing those. Those the trimmers and the clippers right in that motion, and continue doing the flip and the flick and the ricks and the rick and the risk. Sorry about my English. It's not the best, but I'm trying. Right now we're passing the GTX to erase those lines right there. And it did, as you can tell. And once again, we jump into the magic clip. We're doing the 1/2 inch right in the side. And pass it as much. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Pass it as much as you can, so that way all the hairs are even when you pass it. Right now we're going to pass the 116, and like we did in the other side and in the back, and we're going to ride on top of it. You know what I mean? C motion, right on top of it. Right there. You see? And then the strokes do a small, not too high, so you don't go too high and raise the fade. See? And then the level, you close it and then go low and work that section right there. Now we jump into the 1/8 right there and open the level up, but then close it a little bit, so that way, see, and as you see the C motion, I did a real slow motion at the beginning right there, but you have to do a lot quicker, so that way you shave every hair and everything really really quick, so you get the flow going on. People ask me, what can't you do a slow? Because slow, it will not, you will not have that flow that you wanna. You won't have. You will not obtain the flow to get that the fade going on. And most of the time, when you get that rhythm, it helps you a lot. Like right now, I'm doing it slow because I don't wanna. I'm going up, but I don't wanna go too in. So I'm trying to, get what I need to, but not too much. If I go too fast and I go in the high section, it will make a hole, and I don't want to do that. Right now we're back 116, and I'm gonna show you why. That see, I opened the level right there, and you see right there where I'm passing it. There's a shadow and a little line right there. See, I keep passing it, keep passing it, keep passing it. Mind you, when I'm in the section, when I'm doing it, I see it more close, and I see a different angle than what I'm seeing right now, as you guys see. And so right now, see, I'm passing the Andes again, the Andy Master, and you see how quick automatically is taking that line right there, you know. And if it doesn't, you still, you know, whatever other machine, which is the Andy GTX, it will take that line, and then the Andy Shaver. But until then, try to take as much as you can with this machine, because if you go right away, even though you see a line there and you don't work it with that machine the most that you can, when you try to pass the Andy or the GTX, it's gonna print more lines. So always try to fade in as much as you can. See, like right now, I'm trying to fit in and tight it and using the corners as I'm doing right now. You see what I'm saying? Right there, right there, right there. You see, brush it. Use the brush to after what you cut. Make sure you clean your side, that side right there. And you see, I still see a line right here. I tried to take it out, but it came out. So now what we're gonna do is use the GTX. At this point, then you use the GTX. But if you would have not cleaned it real good with the other machine that I was using before that, you would erase the fade and would make lines. A lot of people ask me, "Oh, how come I still leave lines and all that?" And the reason is because you don't work the fade. Now, if that didn't work, the GTX, and I still see the line right there, then you use the Andy Shaver. But if not, now I'm seeing that the part right there, it has a shadow. It has a lot of bulkness. So we're using the 316 to take that bulkness out. See what I'm saying? And that's what I'm passing it. And my strokes are a lot bigger than the 116 and 1.8. See, now I'm have the 1.8. See? So I'm going smaller. I'm going smaller guards. And I'm going right there, because I see a shadow. And then I open the lever right there. And I take that shadow right there and that shadow right there. You see what I'm saying? And it's showing more the blending a lot better. Now, if I don't want to go with the guards, we go combs, scissors over combs. Now we're using the small teeth on the combs, and right there, you see what I'm saying? You see the motion, you see the little hairs. Always make sure get either a white comb or a gray comb, because that way when you pull the hair, you can see what actually how much axis of hair you have to cut. But if you get a something a comb black, you cannot see it while you have to cut. So always remember to get some light colors combs, so that way you can see what are you cutting. You know what I mean? And go with the flow. Go with that against that grain right there. You see what I'm saying? Lift every little hair, and everything that you see that is darker than whatever, you go right there. You see what I'm saying? And lift it up. It's a big C motion that I'm doing with the combs right there at that moment. See? And you go all that right there. I mean, I may not explain it the way that I wanna. Maybe that you will not think that I'm explaining it the best, but my actions, it will pick up with your eyes, and your eyes will detect what I'm trying to say. You understand what I'm saying? So, for example, right there, you may see the darkness of that hair right there, and you know how I'm passing the combs in that section with the scissors, and you see how I'm picking it, and I keep going with and getting that bulkness out. And people ask me, can you do lower with the clippers? And the answer is yes. But you want to go safe. I think you will go more safe, and you will have more control with the scissors over comb once you get the hang of it. See, right now I'm using the big teeth on it to get the bigger hair at top. But then I switch back. The lower and the tighter the fade in the bottom, the smaller teeth then I use. As you can tell right here. You see what I'm saying? And I'm still blending it in. It's more easy and safe At this point, when I do it with the scissors over comb instead of doing it with the guards. Every barber have their own little style, their own little way to do things. But for those who are beginners and want to learn how to actually, use the technique of the combs over the scissors, well, this is the way. Right now, we're just gonna do the lineup. As you could tell, we're gonna use the Andy Slimline Pro cordless, and I mean you can see the teeth on this one, real big teeth. And what we're gonna do, like I always say, start from the middle, so everything is center and come out straight, nice and straight. And you don't push the shape up too back. You just right there. You know what I mean? Maybe once something small. You don't have to be so pushing it back, because if you push it back, you're gonna open his forehead basically pretty much. 1, 2. By the time when the next week come, it's gonna look all funky and green and all that. And you want the haircut to last on him. You want the haircut to look presentable at all times. You know what I mean? I want to always give my client the best that I can on everything that I do. So same thing, just how we did the other side. Now we're doing this side. We put in all the hair, pushing the one in the back, and then pushing the one in the forward. And we're gonna start right from the middle and notice. You see what I'm saying? I leave it right where it is, right there. No, nothing more, nothing pushing in. Because people think that by pushing it in, that it's gonna look crispy nice. It may look crispy nice at that moment, but and when they go home and past 2-3 days, it's gonna look all green, all that hair coming in, and then they're gonna realize that you push the line up back, and you don't want that. You want to keep it as natural as possible. Once you do that, we working with the beard now. We're gonna leave it, you know what I mean, strictly really outside. On him, he don't use the blade on the bottom, because he gets bumped and he gets really irritated. So we just using the machine, and we're gonna try to clean it as much as we can with this machine right here, the Andy Slimline cordless. And we're gonna keep it really everything outside natural, and we're gonna fade in a little bit of that beard on top. And I'm doing as what the client asked me. Can you do, fade in a little bit the top right there, what I'm about to fade it in, and leave it that thick right there. Some people may be like, oh no, you should have done that beard, or should lower that beard. It's not what you said. It's what my client asked me to do. So always listen to your client. Don't assume what you want to do on his hair. Always ask him. Have communication. Right there. Still, we just see we're using the 0, and we're gonna little by little we open the lever. As we go down, we open the lever, and that's how you do the little fade into it. And then you push the hairs back and down, and that's to make sure all the hair is gonna come out. So when you pass the trimmer, it will pick it up, and you will be able to shape it in, like right now. You see what I'm saying? Like right here. And then don't worry if it's not picking up, especially on the side. We're just gonna use the razor, but in the bottom we're not. But in the side, don't worry, or in the top, if it don't grab that much or it doesn't come sharp with the machine. See, I'm passing it right now, but it's just to take the long hairs. But if it doesn't come out sharp, don't worry, because you're gonna use the razor, the blade, and the blade will allow you to get it more closer and tighter. But yeah, this machine is really nice too. I had it before, and I recommend it. I definitely, if you have a chance to get it. It's worth it. Every penny. It's really sharp, real comfortable, feels good in your hand, and is very sharp, believe it or not, even though I don't have a 0 gap. Right now we use an Elegant Plus shaving gel. Look, this is how it looks. It's clear, and we use that much for the whole entire face. And you put a little bit, you know what I mean, everywhere, right there, and right there. Now, mind you, we're not shaving the bottom. We're not using no razor in the bottom. We're just gonna keep everything right there in the forehead. And we're not gonna use hot towel. We're just gonna basically right away let the fan blow, dry a little bit. And once that gel it dries up a little bit, it makes it nice and sticky, gluey. And when it does, look at how nice and crispy automatically that beer start shaping up. And yeah, always use you both hand, one to stretch. See how with my left hand with my thumb, I stretch the skin. This is, someone asked me how you put the blade in it while you expose it, and this is how I expose it. You see those two sticking thing? That's how I put it right there. You see that? And you see how exposed it is? The reason why I do that is because in tough corners I could see where my blade is grabbing. If you put it too close, normal, it will be too in, and you cannot. It will make it more uncomfortable. I mean, try it, give it a try. It's like a pencil. When you don't have no point, you will not be able to draw or write that good. The minute that you sharpen the pencil, it lets you draw real good. You know what I mean? It lets you see what you're drawing and whatnot. Same thing is with the blade. The minute that you expose it, you could see the blade more. You could see also what you're doing and what you're shaving. As you could tell, see, I'm using my left hand to stretch the skin, and nice and gentle. I'm not pressing so hard to get it. You know what I mean? To get a shape. A lot of people ask me, "Oh, how come when I pass the razor, I still cut people?" It all depends. Many things. How often you switching the blade, or what kind of pressure you putting on the razor holder. So all those are factors, you know what I mean? I'm not saying that it doesn't happen, it happens, but you gotta make sure one of them is that you don't put too much pressure and that you take your time, don't rush it. Because if you rush it, you're dealing with a razor, with a blade that is so sharp that is about to happen if you don't really take your time and do the steps and put the shaving gel where it's supposed to, and if you don't use the other hand to stretch the skin, then eventually those things are gonna occur. Those are things are gonna happen if you don't stretch it, if you don't switch the blade. And I've seen barbers that they use a whole one blade for the whole face, and the client is like making faces and all that. Me, I like to switch it. See, I probably use on him. I said about maybe 3 or 4 blade, and those, when you cut it, that turn into 8 pieces. And you may think that is a lot, but it's not. Pain is a lot. You don't want you client to be uncomfortable when you pass in a dull blade. It's gonna make him feel uncomfortable. You want him to be laying down, relax, where you clean and everything. Look at now the mustache, nice and clean, and effortlessly. Look at how nice and sharp. At this point, I switch again the blade, and again I put some water just to make sure that it's nice and slippery and able to get the blade and the tester. Once you get those elements all taken care, switching the blade, putting water, doing it nice and gentle, stretching the skin, it's a lot to it. But if you do all those things, you will see the difference. At this point, we're cleaning the lips, those hair that are long, and we trim it, make sure that, you know what I mean, those hair doesn't go in his lips when he's trying to eat. The food doesn't stay in the lips of the hair of the lips. And yeah, the bottom, see, right now he don't want me to pass the razor, so what we're gonna do is pretty much nice and gentle. You're just gonna pass the trimmer, you know what I mean, and get all the hair that you could get. I have him laying down, so it's more comfortable. It feels comfortable. and at the same time, you know what I mean, it's easy for me because I'm short, so that way I could get under there and I don't have to bend in and squat or anything like that when he's sitting down straight. But at this point, you see what I'm saying? I'm going every angle. I'm going nice and gentle, and you notice my left hand how I'm stretching. You see what I'm saying? I'm stretching it, and look, little by little, you don't have to go fast or anything, but you see, little by little, see, I'm shaping it, going over right there, and right there, scraping everything. You know what I mean? And then right on top of it, I see some long hairs. Then I groom it with the trimmer. See, and then I lift the hair. You know what I mean? The one in the bottom because you want to leave it long. See, I'm still stretching the skin, the skin with the left hand. And in that part where the apple is, you gotta be real, gentle. And you see how nice and clean it's coming without the razor. Same thing here, you pull all the hair right there and go right there again, and make sure if you see some hair and you see that is bothering you, boom, shape it in real nice, shape it right there, and same thing, it's not focusing right now, but there we go, now it's focused. But see, you scrape, use up, down, and make sure you go every little hair because he's not gonna get the razor, so make sure every hair is scraped and taken care with the trimmer. See here to the side, he does want the razor, so that way, right there, you see how nice and crispy. Boom, and you pass it right there, but no lower than that. People would say, "No, why don't you still use it? Why don't you put hot towel?" Once again, if the client already say no, he don't want no razor, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna pass no razor. At this point, we got them sit up. We already take care of everything that we need to shape, but now we're gonna do final touches. What I call final touches is now the skin is all dry, and when you pass the blade again, it kind of throw that white dust, and I like that because it's like a guideline that let me know, it's enough right there. That's sharp enough right there. It's nice and crispy, and the video will let you know if I get out of my if Jeffrey, if you get out of the way, they could see what I'm saying. There you go. That's what I'm saying. Look at how sharp and detail is. See, now I saw something, and when you raise them up, it's different angle. So then I saw something there, some hairs there. I grab the trimmers and go, and keep passing it. Notice how with my left hand I was stretching the skin. Same here, I'm stretching the skin with my left hand, and look at the white dust. It's just the gel that is dry, so we throw that dusty, and I like that because, like I said, it makes my job that I could see that it's all even and nice and sharp, and that's what you want to obtain. You know what I mean? Right here, we put in water. His hair is so dry, so dried and so thick that it sucks too much water. So you gotta put as much as you can. Try to push, when the hair is too tight like that, you cannot, you can, but it's gonna hurt him, and the hair's gonna pull the neck out of place, by using the combs or the brush. So I do it with the bare hands. I get it loose as much as I can with the hand, and that's what I'm doing right now. Wetting it as much as I can and getting it loose and get it to the where I want it to be. And at this point, see, I put a little bit of gel. I didn't put it because I already been putting it before, and I forgot to put it on this point. But see, then I brush it again just to make sure that there's no longer hair. And as I did, I see longer hairs. But then I go, this is my time to do it with the trimmer and make sure that I get them real boom. You know what I mean? Cut down. Same thing in the other side. Watch here. I push it down all nice and grab the trimmer, the Andy Slimline Pro, and right there, stay really outside and just make sure I get those long hair that is sticking out, and that's it. You know what I mean? Nothing more, nothing less. Now, what we're gonna use is the beard oil for it. This is the one that I use personally myself. It condition it and it makes it grow. And this song right here in the background, all the song that we were playing, that's his. And look at me, I'm jamming. I'm serious. I like this guy's music. You feel it. He got good lyrics, and the beats are really nice too. And I wish him all the well and best, man, because he really does have talent. So yeah, this is how much you put on the hand. See, that much, and that's the bottle. But yeah, and this is how you add it. See, I'm jamming. You know, that you could tell that it's a good song or a good track when it gets you kind of moving. You know what I mean? But yeah, this is how you add it. You know, and you put it right in it, and just like if it was a gel that you put it. This is him before when he came to the shop. This is how we look. You know, and he asked me, do the same as usual. So I was like, all right, let's do it. And this is an after. This is a tight knit, tight fade with the curls at top, and the beard with the oil I just put on. And we did his muscle, leave it that thick right there, and that's it. So yeah, once again, thank you for your time. Thank you for your valuable time. Thank you for your support. Please subscribe, like it, share it. And once again, keep in touch. Any comment, please leave it below. Once again, have a great night. Have a good night. Have a good afternoon. Have a good morning. Whatever time it is, whatever time you're watching this. Thank you. All right. Peace.